Hello and welcome to Spy Money. I'm going to talk about futures today. Where we are, we open at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. This is Sunday, March the 1st, first day of March. And I've got a ES is in red. That's the S&P 500 future. That's in red. And then I've got the gold in yellow. This is an actual gold chart, so my fib lines are based on the gold and also the trend lines I've got in gold. So with the market the way it's tanked really the last 2 weeks, it has made you think, where are we going or whichever. So I'm going to show some different charts and kind of give an idea. I'll give my opinion on the end, but as you can see, back in '08 when we sold off, gold skyrocketed. And that's usually what happens is whenever we have fear in the market and it's selling off, all the investors will pull out here and put in there. So most investors are bullish, and there are, you have to have bears, of course, to make it go down the way it's been. But usually the bulls are selling out up here, and they're just throwing all their money to gold because it's going to go on up. And then the bears just take control and just drive it down. And eventually the bulls will start pulling out of their money to put back in here. So as you can see right here, there's a big drop in gold. So the people start pulling their money out of gold and putting it right back into the market. There's still fear amongst a lot of investors, so they keep their money in gold. And as you can see, it comes right up to here, and then they start pulling out, and then all of a sudden the market rallies. So when they got up here and they started pulling their money out of gold, they immediately start putting it in down here, and it just took off. So you can look at the correlation between the two, but that's, you can usually pinpoint what's going on with it. Right now, we had a big old spike in gold, and we had a spike in the market, and that's because the market was so high that a lot of investors started putting their money in gold because they were afraid of where the top was with the market. So let's go to the Qs. So this is the NASDAQ mini future, and I drew a trend line on the yellow chart here because that's the NQ. And if you look down here, it's touching, and then if you come up through here, it's touching right here, and then up through here. So right now, the NASDAQ is right here. So we're not far from this area. So if we go back to a daily chart, see, we're bouncing. And I think that the Qs are going to take off. So I'm long on Qs now. That's where I would be in my position. So this week I plan on buying more long calls on Qs, and I'll probably end up trading the future as well. So by doing that, and I'll be long, of course. I mean, I'm talking, buying calls that are, probably at least 2 months out or longer. So, and you can take those, and as soon as you make some profit, you can sell off on them. And as far as the future, it'll just be kind of a scalp in the beginning because there's going to be a lot of indecision here, and then all of a sudden it's going to probably take off. So that's my opinion on the Qs. And then if we go back to, let's do the crude oil. And again, we're comparing the crude oil to, let me go back to a weekly. Comparing the crude oil to the market, you can see the market selling off here, and then, crude oil really did too. Now with crude oil, we are in a bear flag. If you see the purple line coming down, and then you see the flag. So this where it dropped, and now we're just consolidating here. This is a perfect bear flag. So where are we going to be with this? Are we going to, keep selling off or come back up? My personal opinion is this will sell off all the way down to the 42.38 fib. When it gets there, it's possible that it'll keep on going. But it's also possible that it comes up, and if it does, I think that we're probably going to be touching maybe the 63.75, or it could come up and just hit like the 59.67. It depends on the time frame. So this is right now I would be short on crude oil because I think we're still going down to 42. So right now we're at 45, so you can get 3 points out of that. And so that's where I think we are on the crude oil. And now if I come back to just looking at if I come back and just look at the ES on its own, and now this is a descending broadening wedge. That is a bullish pattern. So when this comes down, it's just going to bounce back and forth and come down. And you can see we bounced here and then we creeped up over here. So if I open this up, right now that is a 50 EMA. We are above the 15 EMA. And this 50 EMA is really important. So come tonight or tomorrow, one of the two, if this breaks the 50 EMA, then I'm more bullish. Once we break this trend line, which is, say we get up and we hold 30.50, if we hold 30.50, then we're in a long bullish trend again. Where will it go from there? No one really knows, but let's go back to the weekly and we'll check out the weekly and see what it's doing. So if we do, if it bounces here and just keeps on going, we do have a trend pattern here. So it could actually come up to say 31.88 and then bounce back down. That's a possibility. I think this trend is going to be very, very important on what we do. If we break that, then we're probably going to go up, probably more at an angle. And then I think we're looking in the 3,500 to 3,578 range. More than likely, probably a 3,578. If you look at this pattern here, this would come up at an angle of about right here. So that's actually putting it, so maybe 3,600. Maybe 3,600 is where it's going to go. So it really kind of depends. You can't necessarily draw a line compared to the last time and it's going to hit. That is not science. It's just not mathematically always going to happen. But if you look, this trend here is the same, close to the same trend right here. So if you did a channel from here to there, oops, and then if you come back here, you can see that's real close to the same one. I mean, it's a little off, but it's close. So I personally think that ES is going to bounce. I think we're going to have a rally this first part of the week. We'll know when the market opens what it's going to do, but I think it will take off. I do believe that the 31.88 is going to be a support, or not a support, but a resistance of a trend that could either break or not. So I really truly believe it's going to be a short-term rally, and when it comes up, and then it's probably going to tank again. If it does tank again, I would think that it depends on if we break this one or keep on going. If we break that, we're going all the way down to this yellow trend here. So if we do that, then we'll probably come down to 2631 area. That's the 51% fib. It could also come down and hit this 2706 fib and just be more at an angle to over here. So a lot can happen over this next week, and none of us will know until it happens. But based on the trends and the fibs and stuff, that's my opinion on it. And let's just hope for a bullish week and allow some people that were stuck in calls and stuff to get out of them. I did calls and puts, so I've been making money both ways. But I really like to see a bull market. It's good for the economy. It makes people want to spend more money. When it's selling off every day, people just quit spending money. They start keeping it in the bank and holding it and not doing anything, and that actually causes more bullish market. So I appreciate you watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell everybody about the channel, and let's get built up. I also have a Discord channel where I teach options. Futures, Forex, equities. We do penny stocks on there as well. Have a good group. It is from new traders, brand new, never even turned on a computer, to all the way to a very advanced trader. There is a link down at the bottom, and if you click on that, it's $50 a month. You can click on that, go ahead and pay, and then find me on Discord, and I will go ahead and add you to the Discord server immediately. Have a great day.